To be extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Let up stage, move to jump like a king. Ice, 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 ice. All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. I sit back with a brain invention something. Grabs a hold of me tightly, pull off the holes like a daily in nightly. When it gonna stop, yo? I don't know. Turn up the light on and not glow. Too extreme, I rock the mic like a vandal. Light up a stage, someone wants to jump like a candle. Uh huh. Uh huh. It's a good song though. It's a good song. It's a good song though. No cap. True. Wow. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? That somehow her label is trying to protect her image by 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 trying to give off certain blocks to questions. It's like certain blocks to questions to a certain media group that always exploit that for their entertainment purposes. Bruh, I'm not saying anything, but you cannot blame a certain agency trying to protect their client. You know, not trying to protect like the image of the client or anything, but mostly protect the image of the client. That's just crazy. That you have like a whole. You don't want that to actually be in the clause of the contract. Crazy. You know what? It's crazy, no? It's crazy. Especially for us who is South African that supports Tyler to the fullest of what she's doing right now. It's crazy to us, especially for us who is colored, especially for us who is in that who is that category bracket of who she identify as, right? So now she's in America doing big things, getting all this fame and money and everything, and winning a Grammy, a VMA, and all that, winning an award. For us, we proud that she did it. We still proud to this day that she did it. Somehow, water did come just like that out of nowhere. Hit you with the sonic boom. Hit you with that sonic boom. But she has the look. She has the face. She has the face First of all, she has the face. She can sing.
She can sing.
She can sing.
She can sing.
And I'm gonna tell you this. If you think that Tyler's fan base is 9-year-olds, 11-year-olds, and maybe 10-year-olds, if you think that is her only fan base, then you might just be ignorant to be stuck in a box, because her fan base is literally a population of South Africans that support her. Literally a population of South Africans that support her, that pushes her to do this, because she blew up in South Africa but then go to America to portray a music career for herself, which is in her own right good. She can do that, which is in her own right good. But yet for us, it weighs on us, because we are part of that faction of who she identify as, so we support her that. So now it's like more misconstrued about she signing Shady Khan. Hey, I don't know what goes in the music industry in detail. There's people that's in there that is actually in there for like legit reasons. I don't know what happens in detail, but what I can say personally is this is popping. She's popping, and she's popping. If she's popping for the wrong reasons, or the right reasons, hey, we don't know. I don't feel like they'll lift up an opinion based on what she claimed or what she achieved in her career as a music artist. I don't want to do none of that. But what I can say is this though. She's representing a whole entire race of South Africans. A whole entire race of South Africans. One side of a race of South Africans she's representing. Come on, bro. Come on. Whoa. So claims being that she coordinated young girls to do things that they not supposed to do. Hey, I do understand that words have power and words have certain influences on people's lives, but on a real though, y'all gotta stop this. I gotta stop this. It's like we find somebody doing good, and y'all wanna y'all wanna bring that person down for doing good. But hey, that's just shit. That's just an opinion. That's just an opinion. Opinion can be challenged. However, opinion can be challenged. That's just an opinion, dog. It's crazy, right? That there's a lot of people that kind of had that similar
that kind of had that
similar pop into the game, blew overnight. A lot of people that has that one song just come out of nowhere, and people started tuning to it. There's a whole bunch of people that has that. Problem with that is, most of those people didn't stay consistent of what they had. You blew up, made a hit song, but then you didn't stay consistent of dropping more classics after classics. Now Tyler comes out of nowhere with a hit song and still dropping some classics after classics. Still dropping some hits here and there. But now it's questioned of how she came into the game. Right? Hey, he just blew up overnight. It's like people is trying to break down the fact that somehow they feel like she was actually a part of that. Hey, let's test this out. Let's see if this is gonna work. And if it's working, we're gonna push it forward. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like when you get into a lab and you do an experiment on something and you be like, look here, I got this idea for this and this and that and the third, right? So we're gonna do this, we're gonna add a little bit of this, we're gonna add a little bit of that, and we're gonna see where we're gonna get with it. So now you add this and a little of that, and now you see where you're gonna go with it, and it blew up. And now you need to have that momentum to stay there. It's like that. But it ain't. Cause she put in the work though. She did put in work though. Cause if you look back, I don't know what her older tracks is, but she has some older tracks. Because my brother is a huge fan of her. My brother is a huge fan of her. He goes, bruh, he will go down to the end for this lady of defending her. You know, he's a huge fan. He showed me some songs. He played me some songs of her that she dropped like years back, and it didn't make enough attraction to it. But its songs were good. She made Water. Water such a not a relatable song, but Water is such a fun song for like having fun, celebrating with your friends and all that, and it blew over the whole world. And all of a sudden, hey, yo, you gonna become one of them one hit wonders that just pop in the game and go out. Nah, bro, she didn't just blow overnight, bro. Yo, people gotta understand, you don't just blow up overnight and just have a hit song without not preparing yourself to get there. Doesn't work like that, dog. You gotta put in the work for that creativity to pop. You gotta put in the work. It always has to be put in the work. Because if you don't put in the work, you don't just pop overnight. It doesn't happen like that. You just have that one hit that pops. And now everybody knows it. Where everybody didn't see your work that you did like a couple of years back. Nobody knew about that work that you did a couple of years back. But all of a sudden, this one joint, boom, blow up. Everybody knows about it. And now people think, hey, some fisher right here. You just blew up. Nobody knows about you. You just blew up. Hey, the people that didn't know about her, obviously gonna think, hey, you blew up overnight. But some of the people that did listen to her, that didn't give her that much clout or much attention, knew, oh shit, nah, this lady had been putting in work. She had been putting in the work. She had been putting in the work. Oh, she got better in the craft. You feel what I'm saying? Because y'all don't do enough digging to the detail. Y'all just want to go with y'all just don't want the absurd detail to be like, okay, shit, this is in my face. All right, cool, I'm going to take it just like it is. Face value, I'm just taking it just like it is. But it ain't just like that, dog. It ain't just like that. It's crazy, but it ain't just like that. Bruh, of course, bro. TikTok is a thing. TikTok is a thing, dog. Is people forgetting about TikTok over here? Because TikTok is a thing. People literally saw the dance move, blew it up on TikTok. The song became viral. The song became a successful hit. TikTok is a thing. TikTok is a thing where you can have 19 seconds of a song, literally of a song, create a dance move to that song, and take that dance move. And a lot of people mess with that dance move, and they want to also imitate on that dance move because, hey, it's a fire dance move, so we want to imitate that too. Immediately it will blow up. TikTok is a thing, my dog. It is a thing.
It is a thing.
Come, bro, TikTok is a thing.
Bro,
It's
TikTok is a
crazy,
thing.
dog. It's crazy.
Crazy,
Fudge.
dog. Crazy. Fudge.
Crazy, right? As soon as she dropped, everything
Crazy,
was
right?
in place.
As soon as she
Wow,
dropped, everything was in place.
that's crazy.
Wow.
Nah, that crazy. Then her management team must be dangerous, bro. Her management team must be dangerous. Cause I'll be like, if everything just happened like overnight, just pop up like, then her management team must be fire. Yo, give me that. I ain't got no. Give me that. I don't want to be blowing up too overnight. Give me that.
I want to be blowing up too overnight. Give me that.
Boom, boom,
Boom. Boom.
bro. They did my boy. Oh, okay,
Bro.
she did my boy
They
Castt
did my
that
boy
really
Castt.
dirty
Okay,
with
she
that
did
one.
my boy Castt that really dirty.
Do support her in her music, but she
Do
did
support
Kai
her
really wrong for that one.
But she did Kai really wrong for that one.
She did Kai really wrong for that one. But Kai stayed up
Did Kai really wrong for that one.
and
But
keep
Kai
on doing his
stayed up
thing and didn't let that affect him.
and keep on doing his thing. and
He's a
didn't let
goat.
That affect him. He's a goat.
But see, that's the thing.
You see,
That's the thing.
that's the thing.
That's the thing. People is trying to make her seem like she
That's
is
the thing.
American.
People is
If she
trying
comes to
make her
America,
seem like
you
she is
automatically
American.
become American.
If she comes to America, you
That don't
automatically
work like
become
that.
American.
It don't work like that. You cannot put somebody in that category that you fight for or that other people fought for a long journey of life. You cannot do that. 'Cause at the end of the day,
You cannot do that.
you
At the end of the day,
don't understand what her management team is
don't
trying to protect her from.
what
Because
her management
if
team is trying to
she
protect
comes
her
here
from.
brand new,
Because
fresh
if
out of South
she
Africa,
comes
straight to
here
America,
brand new, fresh
her
out of
management team
South
is trying to
Africa,
protect her
straight to
from
Her management team is
whatever they're trying to protect her from. So you cannot say, look here, nah, you cannot do that. It's your problem. We need to ask you them questions. You the reason that you here. So we need to ask you them questions, the hard questions. You need to face them. And her management team like, yo, hold up, my dog. Nah. You cannot ask her them questions.
You cannot.
So now you want to go and say, nah, you the problem because your management is not the problem, but you are. You keep on looking at your management for like, yo, should I answer this?
Keep on looking at your management for like, yo.
That's, bro, that's wrong. You cannot say that. That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Because at the end of the day,
Say that. That's wrong.
she's just here doing her thing, and she does her thing good.
Doing her thing.
So you cannot just say like, look here, just because just because you in that music
look,
thing,
hey,
that you need to do this and that, and third, hey, we gotta pop up, we got a whole city of the prize and shit.
We got
So,
a whole city of the prize and shit. So,
bruh, It can't just be that. It can't just be that, man. It can't just be that because you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it. She came to America for music and just and because how we were raised in South Africa. This is how we were raised in South Africa. Here it is. We grew up watching everything that happens in movies, in entertainment business, and from America. From our perspective, it is easy to make it in America. From our perspective, it is easy to make it in America. That's the American, for us, the American dream. If you get to America, you will make it. In South Africa, it's harder for anybody to be an artist, anybody to start a hustle. It's hard here in South Africa. We started getting the traction now. A couple years back, we started getting the traction now. So for her mind is shit. America has more opportunities for me than South Africa has, which it does, because South Africa is just like a closed off country that keeps to themselves. But yet our president is messed up. But that's another topic for another day. But now in South Africa, we are raised with the idea of saying, oh, America has more opportunities than South Africa has, because we've been trying so hard in South Africa to become something, and yet we don't become something. But when you see in America, there's a lot of people that comes out of the blue, out of nowhere, and it's like it's easier because this and that and the third. It looks easy for them. So now for us to be like in that mindset, we need to go to America because America is more easier than us. So we get up, we dust off our boots, and then we go to America to find out that it's easier. But now when you get to America, you find out there's people that has certain fractions of identity and trying to find you an identity so you can fit into that identity, so you can lose your own identity, so you can become a part of their identity, their significant identity. So in your mind is, hey, is this the way I need to make it? Because if this is the way I need to make it, hey, I will take it. So what happens being true to yourself? What happens to being true to yourself? Feel what I'm saying? Hey, I just feel like it's out of pocket. I just feel like it's out of pocket to blame somebody. To blame somebody for a certain category of what they doing, and then you blame them for being in that. That's crazy. See there? Look at him. Y'all gonna understand. In South Africa, it's not too deep with racial issues here in South Africa as it is in America. Racism is still clearly there in America till this day. In South Africa, there is racist white people in South Africa, but it's not as popular as it is in America. So you expecting somebody to speak on it that has no idea of what it is, because you gotta understand, dog. You gotta understand. She grew up in their time that apartheid stopped. Bro, she grew up in that time that apartheid stopped. How can you expect somebody to speak on apartheid or racism if they didn't live it? So now she needs to speak up a perspective of what her parents went through, of her grandparents went through, so she can be like, okay, I identify with you guys. I'm here with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with you guys. I identify as one of yours. Y'all are ignorant as hell to think that somebody needs to come to America and speak on the racial matters that happens in America
and speak on
because
racial
somehow
matters
they
that
are
happens in
a
America.
public figure and
Because
come from South
somehow they
Africa
are
that had their
a
face
public
racial.
figure and
What the
come from South
hell?
Africa that had their
That's
face
dumb,
Asians.
bro,
What the
bro,
hell?
bro. That's
That's
dumb.
dumb, bro.
That's dumb. How
Bro,
can
that's
you?
dumb.
How can you expect somebody to
That's
speak
dumb.
about racial matters
How can you
that
expect
doesn't
somebody
add
to speak
the
about
the
racial
brought up
matters
of
that
racial?
doesn't add the
How can
the
you,
brought up
bro?
of racial?
How can you expect somebody to speak
How
on
can
it,
you-
dog?
Bro,
How can you expect somebody to speak on it?
dog?
That's not right.
How can you expect somebody to
And then
speak
you
on it?
talking
That's
about
not right.
and you talking about people coming
And
from
then
South
you
Africa to
talking
make
about-
it big
and you
in
talking about
America,
people coming
but
from
they don't
South
got that
Africa to
sauce.
make
They don't got
big
that hood in them.
America.
Of course they don't got that
They
hood in them.
sauce. They don't got that hood in
Of
them.
course they don't
Of
got
course
that
they don't
hood
got
in
that
them.
hood in
Because now what y'all
Of
thinking
course
is,
they don't
what
got
y'all
that hood
thinking
in
is,
because now what y'all
the music
thinking is-
industry,
what y'all thinking is-
especially in a certain
the
faction of
music
black
industry,
artists,
especially in a
always
certain
have
faction of
to
black
represent
artists,
a certain type
always
of
have
hood.
to represent a certain type
It doesn't
of
need to be like
hood.
that, dog. It doesn't need to be
It
like
doesn't
that.
need to be like that,
People
dog.
from South
It doesn't
Africa
need
is
to
not
be like
raised
that.
in that certain
People
category
from
of
South
life,
Africa is not
of
raised in
being
that
raised in the
certain
hood.
category of
They're
life.
all raised in the
Being raised in the hood.
in a population of
They're all
poverty.
raised in the popu-
They're all raised in a population of poverty. Yeah,
They're all
a
raised in
whole
the
lot of our
population
colors
poverty.
is.
Yeah.
They are raised
A
in
whole
that
lot of our
population
colors
of
is.
poverty,
They are
but we
raised
don't
in that
speak on it
population of
because
poverty.
it's
But
not
we
that a
don't
drastic
speak on it
measure
because
of saying
it's not
shit.
that a
I didn't have no
drastic measure
food in the fridge
of
for like
saying shit.
17 weeks,
I didn't have
and
no
we had to
food in the
eat
fridge for like
rice
17
that we
weeks,
had to share
and we
together
had to
for
eat
17 weeks.
rice
And
that
there's
we
some
had to
days that
share
we will be
together
happy
for
that we eat
17
bread.
weeks. And there's
Some days that we were happy that we have a little bit of
eat
sugar to
bread.
make some sugar water
Some days
to
that
let
we
it go
happy
down
that we
easier.
have a little bit of sugar to make some sugar water
No.
to let it go down
Why
easier.
do we need to speak on this stuff?
No.
Why do we need to speak
Why
on this
do we
stuff?
need to
Because at the
speak
end
on
of the
this
day,
stuff?
you don't
Why
want
do
no
we need to
sympathy
speak
from
on this
nobody.
stuff? Because
You
at
don't
the
want
end
no
of the day, you
sympathy
don't want no
from
sympathy
nobody.
from nobody.
Because if
You
you
don't want no
speak on it
sympathy
just like
from
that,
nobody. 'Cause
and you
if
think
you
like,
speak
okay,
on it
me
just
saying
like that,
this is gonna
and you think
allow
like, okay,
is gonna
me
allow
saying
people
this
to
is
relate to
gonna
me more
allow-
because now I'm
is
speaking on
gonna
racism.
allow people
What
to
does
relate to me
wrong?
more because now I'm speaking on racism.
Yo, we're living in
Because
2025, my dog. We're living in 2025, my
living in
dog.
2025,
If
my dog.
America still faces
living in
racism,
2025, my dog.
somehow,
If
somewhere, America
America
needs to
still
sort that
faces racism,
out.
Somehow, somewhere, America.
But
needs to
you
sort that
expecting
out.
somebody that is not American, that comes
But
from
you
outside of the
expecting somebody that
perspective
is not
of
American,
what y'all got
that comes
going
from
on,
outside
and she
of the
comes
perspective
to
of
to
what y'all
America
got going on, and
just
she comes
for
to America just
Bruh.
for
y'all trying to manipulate the whole situation so y'all
trying to
voices can't be
manipulate the
heard.
whole situation
It's
so
crazy.
so
Because y'all
voices
cannot
can't be
manipulate
heard.
the whole situation
It's
for y'all
crazy.
voices to be heard.
'Cause y'all cannot
That's
manipulate the whole
crazy for me.
situation
That's
for y'all
crazy.
voices to be
Because
heard.
how do I manipulate
crazy for me.
this
That's
whole
crazy.
topic
'Cause
so I can be like, hey, shit, yo, you need to speak on that racism, you know what I'm saying? All right, we gonna ask you some of them racism questions, you know what I'm saying? We gonna ask you some of the racism questions. Like, what? See, from South Africa,
Like what?
we don't, bruh,
See, from
we
South
don't
Africa.
actually have,
We
bruh,
don't, bruh.
I can say this,
actually
there
have-
is some people that's still
bruh,
racist. There
I
is
can
some
say
people
this,
that's still
there is
racist,
some people
but
that's
it's
still
not
racist.
that huge of a
There is some
big
people
deal.
that's still racist, but
It's not that huge of a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Not that huge of a big deal.
As for in America,
saying?
cops will pull you over and like, hey, you black.
As-
Hey, get out
as
the
for
car.
America,
You black.
cops will
You
pull
just
you
get
over like,
you get
hey,
out the car
black.
because you
Hey, get out
black.
the car.
Oh, you
Black.
white. Now you can go through.
You get
Nah,
out
it's
the
fine.
car
You can
'cause
go
you
there.
black. Oh,
You feel what I'm
white, so
saying?
you can go-
It, bro, in South Africa, cops don't pull you over because you black
Bro,
or you
in South
white.
Africa, cops
They pull
don't
you over because, hey, I
you
want to
black
get a bribe out of
or
you.
you white. They pull you over
The
because
cops
hey,
here
I
in South
wanna get a
Africa
bribe
is
out of you.
lazy. They lazy.
The cops here in South Africa is lazy.
But somehow,
They
some
lazy.
of them still get the job done.
But
If you
somehow,
can, bro, if you
some
come to
of
South
them
Africa
still
right
get
now and see the cops,
If you can,
Bruh.
bro, if you come to South Africa
Bruh.
right now and see the cops,
40 to 45% of the whole faction of the cops,
40 to 45%
overweight.
of the whole faction.
another
of
10 to 20% of them are
Another
uneducated.
10 to 20%
And then you get the
of
rest that is hardworking and
them are
dedicated.
uneducated. And then you get the rest that is hardworking.
Come
and
on,
dedicated.
bro. We are living in a world. We are living in a world where we still want to make racism clear to a certain faction of race that doesn't have that issue. So we need to speak on another land, another country, another whole entire, another entire universe of outside of our perspective. We need to speak on their racism. It's crazy.
Speak on their racism.
We look like we can't speak on other people's racism because it's crazy. You cannot expect somebody to speak on your entire life situation that y'all have to go through still this day. Y'all cannot expect someone to speak on that and bring up a topic of that. That is not right. You don't do that. You don't do that.
You don't do that. You don't do that.
Nah, you can't, bro.
Nah,
You can't do that.
nah, you can't.
You can't do that. You cannot make her
You can't do that.
to be a part of your culture. You cannot do that. You cannot make her a part of your culture just because she comes to America and all of a sudden to become a nigga. Which I do understand. In America, the views go as if you have a little lighter skin than white, you are identified as black.
Lighter skin than white, you are.
Which is in America. Hey, you have a little darker skin than white. Oh shit, but you have a lighter skin than black. Oh shit. But we cannot classify you as white. We need to classify you as black, even though you have a lighter tone as black. So we need to classify you as black because there's only two races in here. So I do understand that happens in America more often than anything. But there is people that was raised with a certain ideal in life and who their identity is. So you cannot change their identity just because they popped up in your state. Just because they popped up on your land. So all of a sudden that identity needs to change to fit a certain category of idea that you have. It doesn't work like that. She is who she is and she is who she identifies as what she was raised as. So you cannot change that. You cannot change her perspective of who she is. That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Her perspective of who she is. That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Hey, so hey, wait, hold on. Let me get back with this. So anybody that's trying to make music is just trying to make music for the fun of it. If you blow up on your music and you get money from that music, you feel like, shit, I'm getting a lot of money from this music. Oh shit, this fun. This music, this money thing is good. I didn't have it like back then. I didn't have it like that because when I was making music, it was for fun. But when I blew up from it, it became a job. It literally became a job. So you cannot tell me that if you blew up doing music, you cannot say shit. Hey, this is a job. I'm just in it for the money. You can't. So you trying to tell me you cannot say that? That's ridiculous, dog. That's bonkers. Because now
that's ridiculous.
She is in it for the money. As per what they say, she is in it for the money. Let her be in it for the money then. Let her be in it for the money then. Cause somehow she's getting this lot of money. We can see the fact that she's not used to it, but she's getting this money. So let her get the money that she.
But she's getting this money. So let her get the money that she. Bro, yo.
Nigga, hey, back up on that, bro. Back up on that. Nelson Mandela didn't die to say, look here, I'm down for all the blacks, so everybody can say they black. Nelson Mandela didn't die for that, bro. Nelson Mandela didn't die for that. Nelson Mandela died for the equality of all races of South Africa. Because in South Africa, there is about 11 different factions of race. All have the same color. No, some of them do, but they all in different cultures. So at the end of the day, there is no such thing as, hey, we all black. I'm fighting for all black. So if you go to other places, you need to say you black because we fought for the blacks. Hell no. At the end of the day, Nelson Mandela fought for the equality of the South African race. Y'all seen that Nelson Mandela fought to die for black people? Hell no, dog. That's
Die
crazy.
for black people?
That's
Hell no,
crazy.
dog.
Nelson
That's
Mandela
crazy.
did not die for the fact that to say, look here, I'm dying for all black people.
Nelson
Hey,
Mandela
black
did not
people
die
stand
for
up.
the fact
No.
that to say, look here, I'm dying
Nelson
for all
Mandela
black
died
people.
for
Hey,
the
black people stand
equality
up. No.
of South Africans because
Nelson Mandela died
the
for
South
the
Africans was
equality
ran by
of
white
South
factions.
Africans because
Apartheid was
the
ran
South
by white
Africans was
factions,
ran
but
by
it was
white
always
factions.
break down into a whole
Apartheid was ran
category.
by white factions, but it was always break
So
down
now
into a whole
this
category.
is what happens. You
So
lifting
now,
that
this
opinion
is what
about
happens.
a national
You
hero,
lifting
a
that
whole
opinion
national hero
about
that is gonna
a
be a
national
hero for
hero,
decades
a
to
whole
come.
national hero
You
that
want to
is
tell
gonna
us,
be a hero
you
for
want to
decades
portray
to
the image
come.
of him dying
You
for
wanna
black
tell
people?
us, you
That
wanna
he stood
portray
up
the image of
and
him
and
dying
fought for the
black
black people when
that
he fought
stood
for
up
the equality of
and
South
fought
Africans,
for the black
for
people,
South
when he
Africans
fought
the
for
equality.
of South Africans,
Are you
for South
really
Africans
are you
the
really,
equality.
bruh? Are you really? Because now
Bruh,
brown people
are you really
like us,
because
colored,
now
has
because now brown
bruh,
people
they have
like us,
hands in
colored,
now in the
has-
politicians.
Bruh, they have
In the politics,
hands
sorry,
now
in the politics, they have hands now in politics. Black people, bro. When Nelson Mandela became president, the whole faction of that always stayed a black line of president. So every president after him was black. You get what I'm saying? When America got a black president, he was the only black president. Only black president. After that, hey, let's jump back into our old things. Let's jump back into what our old ones say. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep it white. Hey, we tried the black thing, but it didn't work. Hey, so let's go back to the black. You feel what I'm saying? Because we're in South Africa. Hey, let's give a black president a whole chance. They give a black president a whole chance. Hey, let's keep on doing the black thing because the black people are living dumb. That's how it runs in South Africa. That's how it runs in South Africa. Because now our colored faction also have a hand in politics now. Because now our colored faction can fight for our freedom. Because now, since Nelson Mandela fought for equality of all South Africans to be equal, not to be sitting in a stall at one side and the other people sitting at the side at one side, all come together as one human being. That was the thought. That was the idea for what he fought for. So at the end of the day, it's not about just blacks and whites. It's about the identity of equality for everybody. Because at the end of the day, we don't want the youth and the younger generation to grow up and say like, hey, you black, you don't want to mess with the white people because the white people have an idea of being racist. So you black, you don't fight nothing but your color that you fight for. You fight against all this white factions in life. You cannot say that, bro. That's literally ignorant trying to just trying to break down that little piece of what our history is, so you can break down that little piece and say, hey, but hey, yo, hero fought for this, and y'all don't stand for what he fought for. That ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. Our hero died because our hero died for equality of life in South Africa. Because now we can go to work. You feel me? We can go to work and there is a black person that's in charge, so we can talk to that black person. But there's also a colored person in charge, and there's also a white person in charge. So at that faction, there was 3 races in charge of a whole section of things.
3 races in charge of a whole section of things.
I would say the BEE thing in South Africa is a little bit ridiculous because more black people gets employed. More black people gets employed by businesses because the BEE allows it for black people to be more employed, and less colored people are being employed by businesses based on the stereotype that was raised with the idea that colored people are more criminals than black people because black people are more hardworking than colored people. It's not true. Colored people are not the stigmata of that being criminals, but it is clarified, and it's clarified as colored people have this idea of always fighting, always robbing, always doing that. So our colored people is made out to be our colored people in South Africa is made out to be what black people is in America. Robbers, gangsters, and all that gang related. Our colored people are that. our colored people are that portion of the faction. So now we fight for this to get our image out of it. So that's why I'm happy that we have certain colored people in the politics of South Africa trying to make sure not to sway and sway other people of saying colored people is this and colored people is that, but using the fact that Nelson Mandela died for us to identify as black is crazy. It's crazy.
For us to identify as black is crazy. It's crazy.
And guess what? Guess what? Guess who's part of that?
And guess what?
Guess who's part of that?
Guess who's
To
part
push the
of
music
that?
so it become more
Guess who's
popular.
part
Guess
of
who's
that?
part of that?
To push the
Her
music
side
so
of her
it become
race.
more popular. Guess who's part
We
of
all listened to the album.
that? Her side
We
of
all
her
popped
race.
the album. When it came out, we all listened to it. We all
popped
listened
the
to it.
album. When it came
Some
out, we
colors
all
might
listened
have different opinions. Some have
listened to it.
some have a broad opinion.
colors
Some
might
have a
have
little bit of a
opinions.
clouded
Some
opinion.
have-
But
some
some
have
people have an
broad
opinion.
Some have
It
a
doesn't
little bit
matter.
of a
It's still
clouded
your
opinion.
opinion.
But some people have an opinion.
But the fact
It
of the
doesn't
matter
matter.
is,
It's still your
colored
opinion.
people listen to it.
But the fact of the matter
Colored
is,
people pushed her music like that. Because hey, we're not a billion in one country. No, we're not a billion.
hey,
We
not a
are.
billion
We probably
in
be
one-
100 million in some
No, we're not a billion.
in South Africa. We probably be there.
Probably be 100 million.
Hey,
in
hey,
some-
hey. Cut out the certain factions. But yeah,
Cut out the
yeah.
hey, certain factions
Somehow a
and
third
cut-
of that was
yeah.
like, okay, hey, not even a third. It's like a small portion of that was like, hey, South Africans, colored version, colored from a color standpoint, we are supporting you and we popping your shit and we putting it out there and we letting people hear it and we playing it at parties and we remixing it and we doing this and we doing that, adding a little bit color spin to it.
And we remixing it.
If you would know, right, in South Africa, we take a popular song, put a little bit of a house gum to it, and then all of a sudden it becomes more popular at the end of the day. That's how it happens. So yeah, crazy.
More popular at the end of the day. That's how it happens. So yeah, crazy.
Beautiful. See, even Spotify, right? Even Spotify.
See,
Spotify doesn't
Spotify,
actually
right?
just
Even Spotify.
is how this commentator say
Spotify doesn't actually
first black female
how-
artist.
how
First black
commentators
female
say
artist. But if you go on Spotify,
First black
Spotify
female
do actually break down certain categories and nation and races itself. If you go there, you'll see there's Germans, French, Spanish, whatever it is, but they in that Spanish category of what their race is. See, South African, they don't put her in the category of South African. They put her in the category of American. So at the end of the day, she's in America. So they put her in the category of an American because an American label is pushing her music. Now they're making her to be black because she's an American. Because in that America, it's only two factions of race: it's white and black. So they putting her as black.
In that America, it's only two factions of
So
race.
they putting her as black. So at the end of the day, hey, you hear that? Yeah,
At the end of the day,
get what I'm saying? Because now it's not Ghana or Nigeria or whatever the case may be, where there is a whole population of black people and they identify as black because they are black as one race. Yes, it's in South Africa where South Africa has a whole breakdown of fractions of what it is. We have We have different,
Africa has a
we,
whole
bruh,
breakdown of factors
even in our
all
color
together.
community, we have different beliefs of colors. We have different lines of colors. We don't have just one color. We have different cultures of colors.
We have different lines of colors. We don't
Feel
have
what I'm
just one
saying?
color. We have different
But now she's in
cultures of
America, so
colors.
it breaks down to an attempt of saying, look here, you an American now, so you black. Automatically you become black because you an American. Because you in America, so you automatically become an American, automatically making you black, so you're not colored anymore. That's what it is. That's what it's saying. Because now even the commentator said Spotify
That's where it's saying because now
viewed
even
her
the
as the
commentators
most
Spotify
black selling female,
viewed her as the
first
most
selling most hits,
black
most
selling
streams.
female first
Black female
selling most hits,
artist, black
most
female
streams.
artist. Not saying hey South African artist, no, black female artist. Because why? She's signed to an American label, which pushes her music and which has an agenda for pushing her music. She's just doing music. If she's part of that agenda, Tyler, I hope and pray that you are not. But if you're part of that agenda, get out of it soon. Please get out of it. Please. But here's the thing.
Get out of it soon.
Pushing music is not a bad thing, but now they identify her as black already because now even a streaming platform identify her as black because the record label that she's under is an American label, American record label. Americans always under the faction of two races. We just hear about two races. So boom, you black. Automatically you black. Get all that colored shit.
You black. Automatically you black. Get all that colored shit.
Hey, no. Hold on now. Y'all dragging it out. Y'all dragging it out. Y'all making it wrong. Y'all putting it in the wrong light. It's not the fact that she's saying, hey, this shit is too heavy because, hey, my greatness and accomplishments is, it's the first time winning this shit, bruh. It's the first time winning this stuff. So you want to tell me your first time you cannot celebrate it with little being?
So you want to tell me your first time?
What's he said?
You cannot
It
celebrate
might be taken out of context. It might just be misconstrued a little bit because what she said in that moment kind of brings out the fact that she can't have a little ego to it or even a lot of ego. But hey, it comes with it, baby. It comes with it, bro. You cannot, bro. Greatness comes with a little bit of ego sometimes. Come on,
bro. You cannot.
We cannot all be good at all times. Greatness comes with a little bit of ego.
We cannot all be good at all times. Greatness comes with a little bit of ego.
Saddest part is, it's only in America that has all these award shows for all these different types of categories, all these different types of whatever the case may be. It has this type of whole faction to saying, look here, you win an award is a great accomplishment on your life because it opens up more doors for you. Because now you win an award, the VMAs, the Emmy, or Grammy, whatever the case may be, you're gonna win an award. It opens up more doors for you because you won an award. It's okay to be celebrated like that. She's getting into it. So if you telling me that she needs to learn to say, look here, you need to be grateful that you won an award.
So if you telling me that she needs to learn to say, look here, you need to be grateful that you won an award.
What? Bruh, if you come to South Africa, there's people that won awards too. There's a lot of artists that won awards, but hey, they dying out. They like literally dying out. They not popping as much as they used to, and it didn't open up as much doors for them because it opened up this much doors for them as a little bit. So the understanding of that, or actually the appreciation of that, is not as much as what y'all want it to be, but it is there. She appreciates the fact that she won an award, but it's not as much as y'all want it to be, which is crazy. Crazy. That's crazy work though.
Which is crazy. Crazy. That's crazy work though.
which I can agree. It does make her look like that. If you say some stuff out of ignorance just to clap back, it kind of makes you look ungrateful and a little bit disrespectful at the same time, because now for an award that you need to be celebrated, you clap back and saying, "Look here, but I won. What can y'all do about it?" It's more like you saying, "Look here, I'm better than you," and all that. It kind of rubs people the wrong way. It does kind of rub people the wrong way, because you posting that, it's not right. It puts you in that faction of saying, "Look, you're you know what I'm saying?" So it was better for you just to accept the award and be like, "Look here, thank y'all for giving me this award, blah blah blah. I appreciate you. I want to thank my this, and I want to thank my that, and I want to thank the one and the third, and saying, look here, thank y'all for having my back, showing me love, always there pushing me to do better, da 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 da, and done and move. Appreciate it."
Always there pushing me to do better, da 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 da, and done and move. Appreciate it.
Bruh, she said it. Where she come from,
Bruh,
her race is called colored. Where she comes from, her race is called colored. You cannot burn her at the stake for calling herself colored as what she is per identify as. You are raised, if you are raised, right? Look here, if you black, right? You raised, look here, saying,
if you black, right?
or maybe even like you raised in a place where they say, "Look here, you are not black. You are raised as this, because in this type of in this country we have this type of factions and this type of culture. So you go as this culture as per as what it needs to go to. You are this culture, so you go as per this culture is." That's who you are. You're part of this culture. You go to another place, and that place has only two base cultures, and it has the white and the black, and it's just that. But you're raised in a different faction of life. You come to their world, and all of a sudden, they telling you, "Hey, you black. Hey, you black," and you're like, "Oh no, but I'm this. Oh no, I can't be black. I'm that. I was raised as that. I was born there, and I was raised as that from that place." No. You an American now. So an American, you need to be this.
No. You an American.
You cannot have your own identity anymore. We're gonna give you one. Hey, you black now, because in America, this is what it is. No, doesn't go like that. Doesn't go like that. She was raised as a colored. She's gonna be a colored till the day she dies, because she was raised as that. You cannot change her idea and her perspective of who she is, because now her ethnicity is colored. Her classification of life in herself is colored. To come say that to bruh, y'all don't get it though. When she said that, it made us as coloreds proud to be part of her culture, her ethnicity base. It's made us proud to be part of that, because she said she's colored into an international platform where millions of people can hear that. It made us proud, because now South Africans are getting global now. But if she would have said, "Nah, I'm black," we would have been, "Hey, yo, hold on now, shorty," because now she tries to identify and please the Americans of saying, "Look, I'm black," and then disappoint her South African brethren, her South African family of color, saying, "Look here, I'm black. I'm not colored. I'm black." That's disrespect to us. That she needs to instill an identity of who she not is to please other people. Hey, get your mind right. Get your mind right. What's wrong with y'all? Get your mind right.
Hey,
You're talking
get your
about
mind right.
having somebody
Get your
change the
mind right.
identity
What's
to say,
wrong with
look here,
y'all?
I'm
Get your
black,
mind
not
right.
colored, because
You're
I
talking
need to
about
satisfy the
having
black people
somebody
of
change their
America
identity
so
to
I
say,
can be
look here,
part
I'm
of their
black,
black
not colored,
faction.
because I need to
Hell
satisfy the
no.
black people of
Look
America
me.
so I can be
Bro,
part of
I
their
was
black
raised.
faction.
I was raised on English
Hell
movies
no.
that is only from
Look
America.
me.
So now, whenever I
Bro,
speak,
I was
my
raised on English
my
movies
sense
that is
of
only from
my
America.
sense of
So now,
pronunciation
whenever I
is
speak,
not pure colored. My sense of
my
pronunciation
sense
is more
of
fluid. So
my
now,
sense
if
of
I fluid
pronunciation is
pronunciate,
not pure
it sounds
color.
like I'm
My
I'm
sense of
trying to imitate
pronunciation is more
America.
fluid.
No, I'm not
So now,
trying to
if I
imitate
fluid
America. It's
pronunciate,
just my
it
pronunciation is
sounds
more
like
fluid
I'm
than
trying
the
to
rest.
imitate America. No,
I'm
I'm
not
not
just
trying
saying
to
like,
imitate America.
ooh,
It's just
did
my
you know this?
pronunciation is more fluid
Indeed,
than the
is
rest.
trying to get there,
I'm not just saying like,
and you
ooh,
really trying to get
did you
that.
know that?
So you now,
It's trying
I'm
to
not
get
trying.
there, and you
No, I'm
and
not
you
trying
really
that,
trying to
because
get
now I
that.
was raised
So you
as saying,
now,
look here,
I'm not
this
trying.
English, fluent,
No, I'm
pure
not trying
English.
that
So this you're
because
gonna
now
say
I
as
was
English.
raised
I'm not
as saying,
trying to
look
put an
here,
accent on it
this
because
English,
somehow
pure English. So this you gonna say
coloreds
as English.
have the
I'm not trying
English
to put an
down,
accent on
just
it
put an
because
accent to it, and
somehow
all of a sudden that identify as you to
coloreds
be
have
a
the
colored
English
base.
down.
Because
Just
when
put
I
accent
speak
to it, and
amongst
all
a
of a sudden
whole
that
faction of
identify
colored
as you
people,
to be
they
a
they
colored base.
immediately think I'm
Because
trying to
when I
imitate
speak
American.
amongst a whole
I'm trying to
faction of
imitate
colored people,
America because
they
I'm speaking
immediately think
English,
I'm trying to
and
imitate America.
in a certain
I'm trying
way,
to
my
imitate
English is
America
like,
because
your
I'm
English is
speaking English,
nice, sounds American, it sounds
in a
too,
certain way, my English
it
is like,
sounds too
your
polite.
English is nice.
There's no
Sounds American. It
emphasis
sounds
on,
too,
on aggression on it.
it sounds too polite.
Because now, if
There's
she
no emphasis
identified as
on
black
aggression on it.
in a place
Because
where there's
now,
only two
if
identities
she
that you need to identify
black
as,
in a place
and when you,
where there's only
for
two
her, it
identities
would
that
be
you
a
need to
disappointment for her
identify
brethren and her sister and the families,
for her,
all
it would be a
of South
disappointment for her
Africa of a
brethren
colored
and her
faction.
sister
It
and
would
the
be a
families,
disappointment to us.
all of
To
South
try
Africa
to trying
of
to
a colored
appreciate
faction, it
what
would be
the
a
Americans trying to
disappointment to
do
us.
for you, and
To
trying to be
try
like,
to-
hey,
to
but
try to
Americans did this for me, so I
what
gotta
the
identify as
Americans
that.
tryna
Hey,
do
yo,
for you,
coolio,
and tryna be like,
cootie
hey,
who,
but
whoop de woo,
Americans did this for
all
me, so I
that.
gotta
So you
identify
trying to
that.
tell
Hey,
me
yo,
he goes back to
coolio,
that and say like, look here, I'm black
all that.
because I'm in a
You trying to
place
tell me
where I have to
she goes back
identify
to
as
that
black,
and say like, look
and
here,
not be
I'm
true
black
to
because
herself as who she is,
place
raised as,
where
born
I
as.
have to identify
That's
as black.
crazy. So
And
y'all
not
want
be
to
true
go
to
and
herself as who she is, raised
come
as,
on,
born
fam.
as. That's crazy. So y'all want to go and fam.
That's what it is. It's in America. It's in America. You cannot put that on her.
That's what it is. It's in America.
She was not part of that.
It's
She was
in
not
America.
part of
You
that
cannot
faction.
put
So you
that
cannot put
on
that
her.
identity on her.
She was
You
not part
cannot
of
give
that.
someone
She
a
was not
history
part of
that they're not a
faction.
part
So
of.
you cannot put that
How can you give
identity
someone
on
a
her.
history
You
that they
cannot
don't know
give someone
nothing
a history
about?
that they're
So
not
you
a
want to
part
give
of.
them that
How
and be
can
like,
you
look
give
here,
someone a
you
history
black
that
because,
they don't know
hey,
nothing
how black
about?
people fought for
So
this
you
right
wanna give
to
them
become
that
black in this
and be like,
world,
look
in
here,
this
you
life,
black
in this land.
because, hey,
So you
how
are
black
black,
people
not
fought for
colored,
this right
because that's
to become
offensive to
black
us.
in this world,
What are you
in this
talking
land,
about?
in this land.
What
So
is you
you are
talking
black,
about?
not colored, because that's
You've
offensive to us.
been here
What are
for
you
many
talking
years.
about?
I'm just coming here to
What
live
is you
here for a
talking
year or
about?
two. And all of a sudden, I need to
Been here for
identify
many
myself as
years.
black.
I'm just coming here to live
What's
here
wrong
for
with
a year
y'all?
or two. And all of a
What's
sudden,
wrong
I
with
need to
y'all? Get
identify
that out of your
myself as
mind.
black.
Y'all need to get
What's
that out of
wrong
your
with
mind
y'all?
because y'all trying to
What's
put
wrong
that
with
on
y'all?
her
Get that out
for
of your
saying that
mind.
she's colored.
Y'all need to get
So
that out of your
she
mind because
doesn't.
y'all
She
trying
need to
to
say
put
that
that
she's
on
black
her
and not colored,
for
so
saying
she
that
doesn't
she's
have to
colored.
disrespect
So
the
she
amount of
doesn't-
history
she
that
need to
y'all
say that she's
fought
black
for.
and not colored,
No,
so she doesn't have
we
to
also fought for
disrespect
our
the
history
amount
to
of
be
history
colored.
that y'all
She's
fought
identifying
for.
our history
No,
off we fought
we
for
also
too.
fought for our history to be
Crazy,
colored.
man.
She's identifying our history off we fought for too. Crazy, man.
Come on now.
Come on, man.
And look, y'all breaking down a small part of it. It's not about ethnicity. They're saying black people was created by saying, look here, look, you got this and you got that. Because hey, we are also a Khoisan faction because Khoisan is pure colored. The Khoisan breed is a based down pure colored breed. So it was actually in our history that black people did come here and white people did come here, procreate with black people, and all of a sudden it gives off that caramel tone. So at the end of the day, cool. But then there's always different factions, like she said, Asians, Malaysians, Mauritians. Everybody came here and then adopted an identity of being a certain category. So for all those cultures, it didn't mash up as one at the end of the day, but it outgrew in a perspective of saying, look here, we're gonna try to create one faction of race for ourselves, so we don't have to break down in different parts. Because I am literally of an Asian descent. My grandparents is Asian descent. Great grandparents come from Asian descent. So now I have a little bit Asian in me, a tad bit of Asian, but I don't explore that. I don't explore that Asian side because I don't know which side it comes from. You get what I'm saying? So now here's my thing. I was raised as a colored and I was raised as black. I'm half Zulu and I'm half black. I'm half colored. So now my colored faction is saying my mom is pure colored because we also Khoisans because we come from the ground roots calling Namakuland, where the old places of colored factions actually is. Where you go to the Namakuland and you get a whole race of pure coloreds, like everything is just the color. So now that is where I'm part of. That's the world that I'm part of also. So that is just in that faction. So she cannot just say, look, I got this and I got a small bit of this and I got a small bit of that. So I'm gonna tell you I did it. No, you cannot just break it down in that small category of a small faction just to isolate it just as that tone. We are descendants of those particular races, but then at the end of the day, we became as a one faction, so we cannot be separated. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we became one as colored. So it doesn't matter which side of the spectrum of colored race you come from, you are a colored. You feel what I'm saying? Even if you are half black, but your identity and culture is raised in a colored household. Because now you gotta understand, my father is black, but he was raised in a colored household, so that immediately put him in a faction of being a colored. You dig what I'm saying? But he is still black. He did still go to his normal routines as per what they actually wanted from him to actually have. Then from my mother's side, I didn't actually experience the side of what my father had for my father's family side, that I had the experience of becoming a man that I didn't get to experience because my mom took me away from that and raised me into a colored household. So now I'm a colored. Feel what I'm saying? So y'all cannot just throw this around and saying this is easy, because it's not easy. Because now y'all trying to break it down and saying she's colored and she was raised in a household of being a colored, but she also knows her identity of what her past entails for her to be as. Y'all trying to throw that as saying like this is a racist slur because you're saying you were colored in the place where that word itself is actually a breakdown of holding us down. But then y'all use the word that white people use to break y'all down freely to identify each other as. But when a white person uses and say like, look here, hey, that's why I can say this. That's why to me somehow to say the N-word straight on like that, like hey, and yeah, hey, you my this and you my that. You feel? Because around here we say that so freely. We say that so freely because somehow
around here we say that so freely.
We're not gonna say we identify with that word, but it is understandable because when it was apartheid, black people was also put down with colored people that were also put down by whites. So for our perspective is what black people in America use that one word that they use to actually break each other down and use that to identify each other as, and it became popular. Where we cannot use the one word that the white people gave to the black faction of South Africa. We cannot use that one word. It's a K word. We cannot use it. That is blatantly wrong to use it. So we don't use it anymore because it's outlawed here, dog. If you say the K word, it's outlawed. That's why because of another person saying that K word in a song, Baby Days, he said the K word in a song, so he got really backlash for that. So it's different facts in South Africa when it comes to race. So you cannot just put that on one person.
So it's different facts in South Africa when it comes to race. So you cannot just put that on one person.
It's true.
It's true.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It just makes her to believe that she doesn't need to actually explain of
No,
what her
it
heritage
doesn't.
is and what the
It doesn't.
heritage
It
needs to
just
be
makes her
told.
to believe
But
that
that is
she doesn't need to
more so the
explain
idea of what her
what her
management team is trying
heritage
to do.
is and what the
They're
heritage
trying to
needs to
protect
be
it from
told.
that because now
That
she
is
needs to explain
more
of
so the
why she
idea of
is a
what her
colored,
management team
why
is
she
trying to do.
identifies as a colored, which is
They're
not
trying to protect
necessary
it from
to
that because
explain
now
why
she
I
needs to
identify as a
explain of
colored.
why she is a
That's
color,
that's that's
why
that's
she
just wrong. The
identifies as a
unique
color, which
clarity
is
of
not
why she say
necessary
of
to
why she
explain of
say who she is. It's crazy that you need clarification of it.
that's just wrong. The
It's
unique
crazy.
clarity of why
You
she
don't
say
need clarification
why
of
she
what
say
she
who
has to
she
say.
is. It's crazy that you
She
need
said what she
clarification.
needed to say in
It's
order to
crazy.
say
You
what
don't
she
need
needed to say.
clarification of
If a
what she has to
management
say.
team is trying to stop her from
She said
actually
what she
trying to
needed to
put her
say
in more
in
deep,
order to say
deep
what she
bull
needed
with
to say.
whatever the
If
case
a
that y'all
management
trying to
team is trying to
exploit her
stop her
for,
from actually
it's wrong.
trying to put her in more
She said what she needed
deep
to say.
bull
She
with whatever
identifies
the
what she
case that y'all trying to
identifies.
exploit her
Y'all
for,
cannot change the
it's
faction of
wrong.
what she did or what she
She
said.
said what she
Y'all
needed to say.
cannot.
She identifies
Crazy.
what she identifies. Y'all cannot change the faction of what she did, of what she said. Y'all cannot. Crazy.
Yeah, but that you get what it's saying. African American, African American,
Yeah, but that
right?
you get what it's saying.
African
African
American. So
American.
since
African
Tyler
American.
is from Africa,
Right?
African part, so
African American.
black
So
because you African.
since Tyler is from Africa, African part, so black because you African.
You cannot blame her South African supporter fan base to break up a split. You cannot blame them for defending her and saying, hey, they made it worse for defending her. Nah, you can't say that. You cannot say that. That's what I'm telling you, dog. In a world where there is not clear popularity going on, there's no popular things going on.
In a world where there is not
They were right to defend her. They were in their right to defend her, and it was crazy. South Africans will defend their own, and they defended their own. So y'all cannot say, hey, they made it worse because they defended her for saying that. You cannot say that, though.
Say, hey, they made it worse because they defended her for saying that. You cannot say that, dog.
Hey, yo, I gotta go. This is about my time to get out of here because I still got a job to go to and work a 9 to 5.
Hey, yo, I gotta go.
You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, man, to be quite blunt about it, man. Y'all cannot try to persuade somebody to change the identity to fit into an idea of what y'all have for yourselves in y'all country. Y'all cannot do that. What I can say though, it is a little bit disrespectful though to actually not give a broader spectrum of it though, to say like, look here, I identify as this, but because this happens where I come from, because I'm not from here, I'm from there because there is where I'm from. To give a more of a clear identifying explanation for people to understand, like, look here, this is why I call myself a colored, this is why I call myself this. You feel what I'm saying? To give them more of that, to lay it down for them smoothly. I do feel like that was a little bit disrespectful of not explaining it to them. But at the end of the day, it's also unnecessary for other people to just jump the gun and say like, look here, you are black, so you're gonna say you are black. Nah, you cannot jump the gun like that. It doesn't need to go that way. That's just crazy. It's just crazy. But I do understand that some people feel the need that she needed to explain herself and put it out there and say, look here, I'm black and I identify as black, but now look here, I'm not black, I identify as colored, but hey, let me explain to y'all why I say I'm colored. It would have been more easier for people to accept the fact that, look here, okay, we understand you come from a world that is separated from us, so we understand and we sympathize and we support you for identifying as who you are, but for us, you are black, so please allow us to identify your being as black, but we appreciate you for also being colored and looking into that spectrum of being a colored. So cool, we got you, support. I think it would have been easier if she went that route too, but I gotta go. 7 o'clock. I do appreciate y'all. I love, support, love, and everything. Y'all dig what I'm saying? It's 7 o'clock. I gotta go. I gotta get this money from my 9 to 5. Hey, love and peace and guidance. Love y'all.